Welcome to the Sheepless Live podcast. We are your hosts, Yvonne de la Flor
and Severine Nassens, and we are the founders of the Sheepless Life Academy. Join us at sheeplesslife.com for a free and exclusive masterclass on sheepless living.
We created this podcast for women like you, who are ready and eager to live and lead without the herd mentality.
Women who are ready to be, not who your parents told you to be.
Not who the system expects you to be.
Not who the media wants you to be.
But who you can truly become.
So relax, step out of the herd for a moment.
Grab something to sip on and have a pencil at hand just in case you feel the urge to take some notes.
Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody who's listening to this podcast number 27 of the Sheepless Life Academy. On this side of the microphone, Severine Nassens from Cancun, and on the other side we have the amazing Yvonne de la Flor from Las Vegas. Hi Yvonne, how are you? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I'll just leave it like there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you have a good sound this time. Last week we had a major glitch of technology before we tune in with you all. So to make sure previously that you get the audio, that you get the YouTube and everything. Last time was a little mishap on my behalf. So our apologies for that. And hopefully this one will be good for you. We have a great theme today about the dragon. So you want to say something about it a little bit, Seve?
Sure. Well, the theme for today is what about the dragon? Because some of the people that have watched us do things from the academy have asked me, what's with the dragon? And the dragon, we do not slay the dragon, we do not kill the dragon, but we conquer the dragon. And it's a really beautiful metaphor that comes through in Sheepless Life 3, which is the third of the Sheepless Life Academy courses, where we work a lot of futuring. And in one of the exercises within that third course, Yvonne, you brought to us a amazing power imagery process where we all conquer our dragons, and that's the reason why we want to speak a little bit about those dragons today.
Well, yes, but to answer with precision, the question is, what's up with the dragon? The dragon is a metaphor more than of sheepless life, more than of the system called futuring, which, just for those of you who don't know, futuring is a system that I learned many years ago. I'm a master futuring trainer of trainers, which is a system that helps you design, develop, architect, and sculpt futures. Always knowing that the future is really non-existing framework of what appears to be time, but it's something that we plan, it's something that we can actually architect. It's like goal setting the next level, but it's a way to design more probabilities in your life of those preferred situations that you don't want to live in life. I just want to clarify that because we may assume that only the people that know about futuring may tune in, but I want to explain for those a little bit that may have never heard the podcast before. So that's futuring. Now the dragon. The dragon is a symbol, it's a metaphor. It's not really solely from the sheepless life. For many years I studied in the school of Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell is really a mythologist and an expert on the human transformation through the tool of the hero's journey. So the dragon is highly representative of the heroic aspect of a crusader, of someone that goes to battle, someone that is going to defeat some kind of monster in the path to save the kingdom. It's a metaphor that has been used for hundreds of generations now in our planet, and that we brought it into this kind of inner crusade also for the women leadership program that is the Sheepless Life, and that is presented this metaphor, this heroic journey until the last program of the journey, because it requires a lot of preparation like any heroic journey do. And so we have 3 programs. Sheepless 1, that is all about stop being a sheep of your own fears, of your own ideologies, mythologies, of Stop being afraid of what people may think or say or do about who you choose to be or not. Kind of being proud of being the black sheep of the family without losing your benevolence, without losing your essence, without losing the clarity of who you are. Then we move into Sheepless Life 2.0, which is being radically you, which is now that you are not, or that you are facing the fear of not being afraid of what others think, even of you letting go of your own dogma, tradition, religion, belief systems that are so stiff sometimes. Then when you dare to practice being radically you, is a practice. You enter in the Sheepless Life 3.0, where we go into the heroine's journey, into the heroic for the feminine leadership. And guess what? Some of those things that you practice in 8 weeks or other 8 weeks, that's not enough practice. Mastery is a 24-hour day focus. We can master something just by doing a certification training. We can master something just by saying we are great at one thing. We master by daily practice, by daily humbling ourselves into defeating one type of dragon to meet then a second dragon, which is defeating the dragon, first of all, of our self-righteousness. I think I know and therefore I am. This literally kills people's relationships, missions, visions, and purposes. Because the moment you think that you know, the dragon of the knowing ego will show up. You will feel trapped, you will feel fearful, or you will feel righteous. And that will be burning the possibilities of your potential into the future. But once you dare to see eye to that dragon of righteousness, of fear, of scary thoughts that you may have of yourself, of judgments of others that you may be hiding, of dropping the masks, we call it. And now a lot of women that have gone through the Sheepless Life have even done live streams, teachings about it. Once you face it eye to eye and you conquer it, then you can meet the second dragon, which is a benevolent dragon, which is the dragon of your own power, that rises from within the moment you choose to drop your stories, the moment you choose to step into the ground of mastery, the arena of being brave, of having courage, of humbling yourself, because as a leader that is not a servant leader, a leader that is
Yvonne? Okay, we have lost connection with Yvonne at this very moment. I'm trying to get her back. Just hang in there with me, please. Okay, hang on, folks. We're getting her back. We are connected through Skype to make this podcast possible, live with you. This is what happens when we go live. Sometimes we get some technical issues. At this very moment, I'm trying to get Yvonne back so she can tell us more about the benevolent dragon. That is a dragon of our own power. Just hang in there with me. Okay. Trying to get her back online, so please hang in there with me. We are working on it and trying to get Yvonne back online so she can share more with us about the benevolent dragon, the powerful dragon that comes from within us. The benevolent dragon that all of us have within us, and that can come forward and really, really, really help us tap into our own power in a humble and very, very truthful way. Okay, folks, I'm really sorry we're having this inconvenient, but to recap on what Yvonne was telling us about the two types of dragons that we have. The first dragon is a dragon of self-righteousness, is a dragon that we think we know everything, the dragon of opposition, the dragon that will show up as soon as we think that we know absolutely everything, and the dragon that will also show up as we go through our personal hero's journey. That dragon is represented in many stories in the past, many stories throughout history, as the knights go out to conquer that dragon for the good of the reign, for the good of their country. And once that dragon has been conquered, the benevolent dragon shows up. That is a dragon of our own power that will help us and guide us through life in a very benevolent, powerful, loving way. And that benevolent dragon is the one that accompanies us for the rest of our hero's journey throughout life. So these are the two types of dragons that we wanted to share with you. And since I'm still experiencing problems to connect with Yvonne, we will leave this podcast as it is, and we will be back with you next week. Please let us know in the comments if you have conquered your own dragons, if you have dragons accompanying you, your benevolent dragon is with you. Please leave us a comment, leave us a note on Instagram, on Facebook, or here on Spreaker, and we will get back to you. So thank you once again for listening. This was the number 27 podcast in English for the Sheepless Life Academy.
Subscribe to this weekly podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. Share your thoughts with us on Facebook.com/Sheepless Life Academy and learn firsthand how to live a sheepless life with Yvonne and receive an exclusive in-depth masterclass at Sheeplesslife.com.